Hey, I'm Dr. Dania. I'm working in Cleveland Medical Center, Sharjah. I'm a doctor of dental surgery and I'm a member of the ALD, okay, which is the Academy of Laser for Dentistry. Okay, I've actually tried to fix a lot of things about the whitening issues that has been happening with the patients. After doing the whitening, there have been a lot of toothpaste in the market for whitening, and as I have seen, there has been a problem of like continuing using it. So then came along one day, it was released and launched, and I was so glad about it, which was black as white. The thing that is, it's working on a criteria based off not only abrasive, it is actually as a chemical product that helps in releasing all the radicals that are causing the stains in the teeth. So that thing is really good because the mechanism itself is really gentle on the teeth, and it being black and then removed and then everything is white is amazing. So that's why I went for the product, and in the end of the day it gave me a lot of good feedbacks because the patients liked the taste of it also, and they enjoyed that everything goes black in the beginning and then their teeth become white. The thing is that I didn't feel that there's any problem about it later on because I monitored the patients, and I found out that they have a very good feedback of no sensitivity whatsoever, and they actually are glad to be using it. But I came to know about it in the mechanism of how it works. I realized that the toothpaste doesn't consist of the microparticles that are causing the abrasions on the tooth surface. It has the carbon, which actually works on the stains by breaking all the free radicals, and also the carbon itself we call it as it's an it's a detoxification agent, so it works on all the free radicals. There is also another thing which has the blue hue. What we say about the blue hue is that it gives us most of the whiteness that you can see on the teeth. So what happens about the blue hue is that when you're brushing your teeth, you get white instead of the black consistency and the blue hue in a toothpaste. You have a white one. So in the end of the day, it gives you like a yellow effect no matter how much you brush your teeth. The blue hue gives you the sparkle and it gives you the glaze, and it's just like the same concept when you're using the blue dye on your actual white clothes. So it gives you the actual release in the hue of the whiteness of the teeth. So that's the mechanism that really makes it very easy to give you that whiteness that you can be satisfied about. The nice thing also about this product is that it comes with a toothbrush. The toothbrush which is used is always like a soft toothbrush. They have all the range of soft and ultra soft. I realized that this is a very good advantage because no matter how much you can brush your teeth a day, like 3 or 4 times a day, you have to make sure that the brushing technique should be not very aggressive on your teeth. These toothbrush make sure that the brushing happens in a proper way. It reaches all the areas in the teeth, but in the same sense it doesn't apply that exertive pressure no matter how much you apply. The abrasive effect of the toothbrush is what cleans the surface only. It doesn't actually hurt what happens on the enamel. So in the end of the day, with the combined treatment or the usage of the toothpaste, we will get a proper cleanliness of overall, because in the end of the day what is happening is we are not doing it as an abrasive effect, we're doing it as cleaning effect, just to remove the film that is happening on the surface of the tooth. For a lot of patients, I've realized that there is a very aggressive approach of their cleanliness. Something that if the frequency happens more, then their teeth will be whiter. Something if they exert more pressure, their teeth are going to be more whiter. No, actually there's a certain way you can actually provide the cleanliness to your teeth without the aggressiveness. It's very important to be brushing your teeth in the proper techniques, as in circular motion, because it comes around by the same size and the fitness of the gums, because the gums are circular and they're not horizontal. So this is one thing. The other thing is that when you're using your toothbrush, it's very important to use it in a very gentle way. Picture this, you're using a lead pencil, and that lead pencil is something that you have to write with. If you apply pressure, too much pressure, the lead pen will break. But you have to apply a certain pressure to have the lead being shown on your paper, and in the same sense it will not break. That's the same thing that you can use as a technique for your toothbrush. What I'm saying here is that's a very good thing, that Cureprox toothbrush is not actually causing that hassle about how you can use your toothbrush. Because of the soft bristles, you can use it, but it's not like I'm telling you go ahead and use all your force in it, but instead of using the force, in the end of the day, it will still give you the gentle brushing on the tooth. Well, actually, it is not only a whitening toothpaste. I actually enlightened that part about whitening because that's what everybody's going for right now. But in the end of the day, if you think about a toothpaste that can also protect your teeth and be used as a whitening toothpaste, I would say black is white, because it has these enzymes that actually prevent the decay. These enzymes are really good, that it enhances the oral flora of the mouth, and in the end of the day you don't have that problem of decay. That's the thing. So we're not talking only, it also has sodium fluoride. So all of these things are combined in one toothpaste. A lot of whitening toothpaste sometimes don't go to these parts. It's just all about the whitening. So I advise the patient, use this for a certain time and then go for other toothpastes. But in the end of the day, I have a toothpaste that they can be using daily, and I am very sure that they wouldn't end up saying that it's not doing the proper cleanliness, and the thing that's happening, I'll come up with decays or abrasions or all of these other problems. It works on everything, even the health of the gums. That's a good thing, because the enzymes, it enhances the oral flora. That's what I'm telling you. It's not about only protecting it with the hydroxyapatite, which is also found in the toothpaste. There's also hydroxyapatite crystals that are aiding with the sodium fluoride for the incipient lesions. There are some small lesions that happen, which is the precarious lesions. These can be actually reversed also by the toothpaste. So all of these chemical components within the toothpaste would make me advise it as a daily toothpaste. I was afraid I'm going to be losing my patients because no stains anymore.